Okay, next step. So here we've got our dough, and what I'm gonna add to it is baking powder, baking soda, salt. So it says a heaping teaspoon of baking powder. So here's our baking powder. So heaping, like heaping. And then it wants me to do a scant teaspoon. Okay, I just realized that said teaspoon, not tablespoon. That's okay. It'll be fine. Baking soda. So nice and flat. I'm doing really well today, aren't I? Teaspoon, not tablespoon. And then a tablespoon of salt. Now I'm reading this right because the salt is the thing that I could really mess all this up with. Tablespoon of salt. Tablespoon. And won't fit in there. So here's some information for you. 3 teaspoons are 1 tablespoon. Okay, there's the salt. And then 1 more cup of flour. Okay. Now at this point, I really plan to get very messy. Because this dough is doughy. And so I'm literally taking off my wedding ring. And I'm going to now just fold this in, the dough. I'm not so worried about overdoing baking powder. If I was overdoing baking soda, it'll change the taste. Baking powder, maybe I should be worried, but I'm not. But you know, we'll find out real soon if it was a problem. So I'm just folding it. Otherwise, to try and figure out how to mix this another way, and I'll just keep going and going until it's kind of in. And then at one point, what I'm going to do is put this on the counter. So I really like my Silpat. We'll throw this all out onto the counter at this point. There's still a fair amount in here, so I'll just get it out. Okay. And then I'm going to just hand knead this dough for just a minute to make sure everything gets mixed in. Just spend a few minutes kneading. Could be Ruben talking about mindfulness, and this could be a mindfulness practice where you're just being mindful, being present, noticing how does the dough feel. I honestly don't need this Silpat. As long as this counter is clean, that's kind of why I have this counter built this way. But as you can see, everything is mixed into my dough now. But I just do another little. And then we're going to cut this dough in half and roll out half at a time. So I have this little doohickey. I'm trying to figure where half is. And half of this dough I'm going to put back in the bowl, in the pot, to just sit and be chilled. And I'm even gonna put the lid back on it. And then this dough, I'm gonna just turn it out and really knead it one more time to make sure like I don't have any weird, I'm kind of tucking under, make sure I don't have any like weird pockets of like salt or anything. It's a little sticky, but not so sticky that it's stinging to my hands. If you're too sticky, just grab some flour and dust your hands in the dough with it. And then really, what I do, because dough will it'll need to relax, I will personally just leave this here for like 5 minutes and let it rest. And then I'll come back and I'll roll it out. And when I roll it out, I want to roll it out to something ridiculous, like 30 by 10 inches. So this right here is 12 inches, so just short of that. This is only 21 inches though. So I need like 5 inches on either side. So I'll probably just do it right on the counter. So I'm going to let it rest, wipe down my counter, and I'll be back.